Hello children, this video is part 2 of chapter 1 Chemical Reactions and Equations, class 10 Science. Children, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's hear what these pictures have to say. Yes, wherever a chemical reaction occurs, be it in nature like rusting or oxidation or photosynthesis, or be it in laboratory like burning of magnesium ribbon or reaction of quicklime with water and passing excess carbon dioxide into the solution, or reaction of metal with an acid, $1 million question arises: how these chemical reactions can be written on paper? Yes, these chemical reactions on paper are represented by chemical equations. Let us take a deep dive into the topic to learn more. So children, from our previous video we know that whenever a chemical change occurs, chemical reactions takes place, and chemical reactions are represented on paper by chemical equations. Let us understand this with an example. For the chemical reaction of burning of hydrogen to form water, we will be writing the chemical equation. So, for this reaction, the word equation will be written as hydrogen plus oxygen yields hydrogen oxide. Hydrogen oxide is commonly called as water. Children, note that the symbol equation is always written from the word equation. So, the symbol for hydrogen for this equation will be H2 plus, the symbol for oxygen will be O2 yields, the symbol for hydrogen oxide is H2O, which is commonly called as water. Now, here the question arises that hydrogen is an element and it is represented by the symbol H, but we are writing H2 over here. Similarly, oxygen is another element whose symbol is O, but here we are writing O2. Why is it so? It's because hydrogen and oxygen are diatomic. So we can say that two atoms of hydrogen, when combines with two atoms of oxygen, it gives one molecule of water. Thus, we see that the symbol equations show the formulas for the substances that take part in the reaction. So, the formulas on the left hand side of this arrow is known as the reactants, and the formulas on the right hand side of this arrow is known as the products. So we can say that the formulas on the left side of the arrow represents the starting substance. So H2 and O2 are the starting substance called reactants. It is a substance that change in the reaction, and the formula on the right side of the arrow represents the formed substance. So the formed substance are called the products. It is a substance that is produced in the reaction. This arrow represents yields. So this equation can be read as when hydrogen reacts with oxygen, it yields water. Thus, we can say that the chemical equation is a shorthand and scientific way of representing a chemical reaction. Children, a chemical equation can be made more informative by using certain state symbols and also mentioning the other changes or condition which govern different chemical reactions. Let us understand this statement with an example that we already discussed, that is hydrogen when it burns with oxygen, it yields hydrogen oxide, commonly called as water. So this chemical equation can be made more informative by using certain state symbols. So state symbols means we are talking about the physical state. Like here, this hydrogen element is gaseous in nature, so on the right side of this symbol, its physical state is written, which is gaseous in nature, so it is represented by G within the bracket. Similarly, oxygen is an element which is again gaseous in nature, so it is represented by the symbol G within the bracket on the right side of the symbol. This arrow pointing from reactants towards product side is read as yields or gives or produces. And this H2O, this is one molecule of water, and water is liquid in state, so it is represented by L within the bracket. Let us see another example. Zinc metal on a reaction with dilute sulfuric acid is represented as H2SO4, yields zinc sulfate along with the evolution of hydrogen gas. So this chemical equation is made more informative by using certain state symbols. So zinc is a solid in state. It combines with dilute sulfuric acid. So dilute sulfuric acid means water is present in the sulfuric acid. So we are writing AQ. AQ means aqueous. That is a solution when it is mixed with water. It is called as aqueous solution and it is represented by AQ. After a reaction, it yields zinc sulfate. So zinc sulfate is aqueous in nature, hence it is represented by AQ within the bracket. With the evolution of hydrogen gas, so it is represented by an arrow pointing upward. Thus we see that this chemical equation has been made more informative by using the physical state symbols. Now let us see another example where BaCl2 is barium chloride when it reacts with sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4. It gives barium sulfate along with sodium chloride solution. So when we look at this chemical equation, it can be made more informative by using the state symbol. Aqueous solution of barium chloride is taken, so it is represented by AQ on the right side of the symbol, barium chloride. It reacts with, so a plus symbol has been used. The physical state of sodium sulfate is that it is aqueous in state, yields barium sulfate, which appears as an insoluble solid. So it is represented by an arrow pointing downward as a precipitate along with the formation of aqueous sodium chloride solution. Thus we see that this chemical equation is made more informative by using certain state symbols along with other changes. Now let us see one more example where calcium carbonate CaCO3 when it combines with carbon dioxide gas and water H2O, it gives calcium hydrogen carbonate. So here the physical state of calcium carbonate is that it is solid in state, carbon dioxide is gaseous in state, and water is liquid in state, and it yields calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is aqueous in state. Thus we see that a complete chemical equation represents the reactants, which is written on the left hand side of this arrow, and the product, which is written on the right hand side of this arrow. Let us see one more example where hydrogen gas reacts with chlorine gas in the presence of sunlight. Yields HCl. So here the physical state of hydrogen is that it is gaseous in nature, chlorine it is again gaseous in nature, and it forms in the presence of sunlight, it forms hydrochloric gas. So here in this reaction, the chemical equation represents the reactants hydrogen and chlorine, the product hydrogen chloride, and the condition of the reaction that it is taking place in the presence of sunlight. So whatever examples we have seen, it is giving us more informations about the reactions taking place. Children, let us practice how to write word equation and chemical equation of certain chemical reactions given in our NCERT. These activities are very important from exam point of view, so I'll discuss them in detail. Let us write down the word equation and chemical equation for the chemical reaction by burning magnesium ribbon in air. This is the activity 1.1 given in our NCERT. Children, magnesium ribbon is generally available in laboratory in the form of a ribbon or a wire. It has a very shining surface. However, due to attack of moist air, it gets coated with a white layer of magnesium oxide. So, it is cleaned with a sandpaper so as to remove this layer of magnesium oxide so that it may readily combine with oxygen of air on heating. It is observed that magnesium ribbon burns with a very dazzling white bright light, and a white powder of magnesium oxide is formed. This dazzling white bright light can be harmful to the eyes, so it should be kept as far away as possible, and one should wear eye protection while doing the experiment. Here the word equation for this chemical reaction is magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide, and the chemical equation for this word equation is written in the form of symbol. So the symbol for magnesium is Mg. It is solid in nature, plus oxygen O2 gaseous in nature. This oxygen is available from air. On burning, it gives magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is available in the form of white powdered ash. Thus we see for this chemical reaction by burning magnesium ribbon in air, the word equation is magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide, and the chemical equation or symbol equation is magnesium solid in nature plus oxygen from air. Oxygen is gaseous in nature, gives magnesium oxide, which is again solid in nature, and it is white powder. Children, we know that green plant prepare its own food by the process of photosynthesis. For the process of photosynthesis, the plant takes in carbon dioxide from air, water from the soil, and in the presence of sunlight and the green pigment called chlorophyll, it prepares its own food in the form of glucose and releases oxygen gas. So, let us write down the word equation and the chemical equation for the chemical reaction of photosynthesis. The word equation for this chemical reaction is carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and the green pigment called chlorophyll, glucose plus oxygen gas. Now, the chemical equation for the word equation is carbon dioxide. The symbol for carbon dioxide is CO2, which is gaseous in nature, plus water H2O, liquid in nature, in the presence of sunlight, and chlorophyll pigment present in the leaf. It gives glucose, which is C6H12O6, and oxygen gas is released. Here, the release of oxygen gas is shown with an upward arrow, and on this arrow, the other conditions are written. So, this chemical equation is read as carbon dioxide reacts with water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to give glucose and releases oxygen gas. Children, let us discuss activity 1.2 in our NCERT. This activity 1.2 says that when colorless potassium iodide solution is added to colorless lead nitrate solution, a very bright yellow precipitate of lead iodide is formed into potassium nitrate solution, which is colorless. So you can see this in the beaker that potassium nitrate is colorless solution and lead iodide is a precipitate which is bright yellow in color. So the word equation for this activity can be written as lead nitrate when reacts with potassium iodide, it forms lead iodide along with potassium nitrate. Now the important thing to be noted here is that lead nitrate is a colorless solution and potassium iodide is also colorless solution, as you can see in this figure, and here lead iodide is formed which is bright yellow precipitate, it is yellow solid, and potassium nitrate is formed which is colorless solution. Now the chemical equation for this word equation is written as PbNO3 whole twice, this is aqueous in nature, plus potassium iodide, this is also aqueous in nature, gives lead iodide PbI2, this is solid in nature, as you can see this solid precipitate is formed, plus potassium nitrate, this is aqueous in nature. Thus, for the chemical reaction between lead nitrate solution and potassium iodide solution, the word equation is lead nitrate plus potassium iodide gives lead iodide plus potassium nitrate. Here, lead nitrate and potassium iodide both are colorless solution. Lead iodide formed is yellow precipitate observed as yellow solid in the solution, and potassium nitrate is colorless solution. The chemical equation is PbNO3 whole twice, it is aqueous in nature, plus potassium iodide which is aqueous in nature gives lead iodide PbI2 solid in nature in the form of a precipitate, and potassium nitrate is formed which is aqueous in nature. Now here PbI2, which is a precipitate, it is marked with a downward arrow. This downward arrow indicates that precipitate has been formed. Now children, let us discuss the chemical reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid or zinc and hydrochloric acid. This is the activity 1.3 given in our NCERT. In this activity, zinc granules are taken in a flask and dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid can also be used, is added to it. It is observed from the surface of the zinc granules, small bubbles begin to form and a gas is evolved very briskly. To test the gas evolved, a lighted candle is brought near the upper end of the tube. The gas is found to burn with a popping sound. Thus, the gas evolved is hydrogen. Further, the flask is found to be hot when we touch it. This means that rise in temperature occurs in this reaction. So, the word equation for this reaction is zinc plus dilute sulfuric acid reacts to form zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. And the chemical equation for the same will be written in the form of symbol as zinc, this is solid in nature, plus dilute sulfuric acid H2SO4, this since it is dilute so aqueous is written, gives zinc sulfate ZnSO4 which is aqueous in nature, plus hydrogen, since the hydrogen gas is evolved so an arrow pointing upward is written. Similarly, if the zinc reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid, then the reaction will be zinc plus dilute hydrochloric acid. For dilute, the word DIL is written. It reacts to form zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. And the chemical equation for the same will be written zinc solid in nature plus HCl, since it is dilute so aqueous is written, reacts to form ZnCl2 aqueous in nature plus H2 gas is evolved so an arrow pointing upward is written. Thus we see in this chemical reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, zinc sulfate or zinc chloride is formed with the evolution of hydrogen gas. Children, I hope by now you have understood how to write word equation and chemical equation of any chemical reactions along with their physical states. Now, let us discuss activity 1.5 in our NCERT. This activity says when water is added to calcium oxide, which is commonly called as quicklime, a vigorous reaction with hissing sound occurs and slaked lime or calcium hydroxide is formed, and when we touch the beaker we feel that it is quite hot. So the word equation for this chemical reaction is written as calcium oxide, which is commonly called as quicklime, reacts with water, it gives calcium hydroxide, which is commonly called as slaked lime, and heat is released in this process. The chemical equation for the same can be written. The formula for calcium oxide is CaO, which is solid in nature, plus water H2O, which is liquid in nature. It gives calcium hydroxide CaOH whole twice. This is aqueous in nature, plus heat is released. So from this chemical reaction, it is clear that quicklime reacts with water to form slaked lime, releasing a lot of heat. And when we touch the beaker, it becomes hot. This shows the rise in temperature. Children, please note that the physical state of reactants and products need not to be mentioned in word equation, but it's very important to mention the physical state of the reactants and the products while writing the chemical equation. Children, let us discuss the word equation and the chemical equation for the chemical reaction of decomposition of lead nitrate on heating. This is activity 1.6 given in our NCERT. In this activity, lead nitrate powder is taken in a dry test tube and it is heated over the flame. Brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide are found to evolve, and a yellow residue of lead oxide is left behind in the test tube. So, the word equation for this chemical decomposition of lead nitrate is lead nitrate. It is white in color. When it is heated, it forms lead oxide. This lead oxide is yellow in color plus nitrogen dioxide. This is brown fumes plus oxygen is also evolved. Now, the chemical equation for this word equation is lead nitrate is PbNO3 whole twice. When it is heated, it breaks into lead oxide, which is PbO. This is solid in nature and it is yellow in color. This PbNO3 whole twice lead nitrate is white in color, and this is solid in nature. Nitrogen dioxide gas evolves, which is marked with an arrow pointing upward. This is gaseous in nature, and this is the brown fumes, which you can see in the figure here. Then along with this, oxygen gas is also evolved. This is also shown with an arrow pointing upward. This is also gaseous in nature. So for this decomposition of lead nitrate on heating, word equation is lead nitrate, when it is heated, it decomposes or it breaks into lead oxide, which is yellow in color, plus nitrogen dioxide, brown fumes, along with oxygen gas. Here the chemical equation is PbNO3 whole twice. This is solid in nature. When it is heated, it decomposes into lead oxide, which is again solid powder, which is yellow in color, and then brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gases evolved in this reaction. Now children, let us talk about the activity 1.10 given in our NCERT for the reaction between barium chloride solution with sodium sulfate solution. In this activity, when colorless sodium sulfate solution is mixed with colorless barium chloride solution, a white precipitate of barium sulfate solution is formed in the colorless sodium chloride solution. Let us write down the word equation for the reaction. Here barium chloride, when reacts with sodium sulfate solution, it forms barium sulfate, which is insoluble white precipitate in colorless sodium chloride solution. And the chemical equation for this word equation is BaCl2. This is aqueous in nature and this is colorless solution. When it combines with sodium sulfate Na2SO4, this is again colorless solution and this is aqueous in nature. It gives barium sulfate BaSO4. It is obtained as a white precipitate insoluble in the solution. That is why it is shown with an arrow pointing downward. This BaSO4 is a white precipitate along with sodium chloride solution, which is colorless. This barium sulfate is again aqueous in nature and sodium chloride solution is also aqueous in nature. So the word equation for the reaction between barium chloride solution and sodium sulfate solution is barium chloride when mixed with sodium sulfate, it forms barium sulfate, which is seen as a white precipitate insoluble in sodium chloride solution. And the chemical equation is BaCl2. This is aqueous in nature. When combines with sodium sulfate, aqueous in nature, gives barium sulfate, which is seen as a white precipitate in NaCl solution, which is colorless. Children, now let us write down the word equation and the chemical equation for the chemical reaction of rusting. You know children, when an iron object is exposed to oxygen from air and moisture from water, then a brown flaky substance gets deposited on the surface of iron. That brown flaky substance is known as rust. So the word equation for rusting is iron when it reacts with oxygen from air and moisture from water, it gives iron oxide, which is commonly called as rust. This rust is brown flaky substance. Now, the chemical reaction for this word equation is iron, which is Fe, this is solid in nature, plus oxygen from air, this is gaseous in nature, plus water, which is in the form of moisture, that is liquid in nature, gives iron oxide, that is Fe2O3 into H2O. This is read as Fe2O3 into H2O, where H2O is the content of moisture in iron oxide. So this is the chemical equation for rusting. Last but not the least, children, let us write down the word equation and the chemical equation for the chemical reaction of iron in copper sulfate solution. This is activity 1.9 given in our NCERT. In this activity, 2 iron nails are taken, one for performing the experiment and the other for comparing it. These iron nails are cleaned by rubbing it with sandpaper so as to remove the oxide deposits from its surface. Now, notice that the copper sulfate solution is blue in color. Now, one of the iron nail is kept immersed into the copper sulfate solution for around 20 minutes to half an hour. It is observed that a brown layer gets deposited on the iron nail. The blue copper sulfate solution fades and changes to light green color. Here, iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution and forms iron sulfate solution, which has light green color. Here, blue color of copper sulfate solution fades. The displaced copper is deposited on the iron nail, giving it a brownish color when compared to the one kept aside. Let us write down the word equation for this activity. So here, iron on reacting with copper sulfate solution, blue in color, forms iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate. It is light green in color, and copper separates, which gets deposited over iron nail. This copper is, as you can see, it's brown deposit. Now let us write the chemical equation for the word equation. So the symbol for iron is Fe. This is solid in nature. When it combines with copper sulfate solution CuSO4, it is aqueous in nature, and this copper sulfate solution is a blue solution. When it reacts, it forms FeSO4. This is also aqueous. It is light green colored solution along with the deposition of copper on the iron nail. This copper deposition is brown in color. Children, thank you for watching and playing. This is Anupama ma'am signing off.